Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thanks so much for stopping by. So I am here in Okinawa and it's now the middle of summer and it is so hot, and basically everything is always in search of water. There's a brook down along these fields here and I've just been taking some photos. I just came out actually just to do an intro for a video, and this little brook here against these fields has just attracted so many birds. I don't know how many species I've had in the 20 minutes I've been here, but as soon as the car pulled up, they all flew away. And then as I stopped here, first the Eurasian tree sparrows came back, then the Chinese bulbuls came back, then the brown-eared bulbuls came back, then I saw a blue rock thrush. Several zitting cisticolas didn't come in for a drink, but they perched nearby. Then some chestnut munias came in for a drink, and some scaly breast munias came in for a drink. What else have we had? We've had oriental turtle doves. Anyway, lots of species have come in, eager to have a drink. And that's the subject of today's video. It's not going to be a long video, it's going to be something slightly different. But basically, if you watched my last video, not many people did, please check that out. I photographed some owls in the jungle, and in the video you can see in a matter of an hour how hot and sweaty I get. My hat was completely soaked, and I'll put a link somewhere up here, and I'll also put a link in the description. But yeah, please check that out. And basically I've been trying to find a solution for how to deal with the hot weather in hot climates. And people who follow my video, they know that Okinawa, where I live, is extremely hot in the summer and very humid. When you're shooting in hot climates, especially the jungle, there's lots of things you need. So you absolutely need sun protection, 50 factor spray. You also need bug spray, mozzies everywhere. You also need UV cut clothing. I don't always wear it, but you'll often see me wearing a hood in my videos, even in the middle of the summer, and that's because I've had skin cancer before, so to just cut out all the rays. I don't take any chances. I wear a thin hood and I basically try to cover up my face. So yes, it looks ridiculous, but I'm happy to do it because I don't want my skin cancer to come back. So I put lots of sun cream on, and I also wear a hood, but it gets extremely hot, and I've come up with a possible solution. As I said, it's a bit of a joke, it looks a little bit ridiculous, but actually this is a fan jacket. Now in Japan, I remember about 10 years ago first seeing them in Japan, where you'd get some construction workers in the summer wearing these. In the last couple of years, I've noticed them more and more. Even when I take my kids to soccer, some of the dads there are wearing these. And they're basically a fan powered by an external battery. It's just a regular power pack. You plug this in, and you have a switch here with a number of settings, but basically just switch it on there, and that powers it up. That then fits in the inside pocket. You do it up and you are good to go. And that is much cooler than 10 minutes ago when I was doing my piece to camera in my black t-shirt. I was just dripping just doing that, and it's 6 o'clock in the evening here. This really does make my back feel a lot cooler. This is absolutely fantastic. Now the most difficult thing for me is finding my size in Japan, because obviously extra large in Japan doesn't fit me. But I found one company that did 3L or 4L, so I think this might even be 3L or 4L, but it seems to fit me fine. This was about 6,000 yen, it was reduced, so what's that, 20, 30 quid? $40 maybe, $30? Anyway, there is a little bit of a noise, so if you're in a hide, this might not be perfect. And of course, it's not aircon, it's a fan. But it definitely feels, oh, it's going down the back of my bum a little bit, that's quite nice. Yeah, very different, but this might be an option, you know, because when I did that owl video, I was walking through that jungle, I got so hot, it was basically unbearable. And I've also been making some other videos recently, which I haven't finished yet. One of them was photographing in the same park, but in a different area, was photographing juvenile sparrowhawks, which was a lot of fun. But again, I would be standing there just dripping with sweat. And because you're in the middle of nowhere, you can easily wear one of these. I mean, they do puff up a little bit, but it doesn't look that ridiculous. Actually, knocking out, a lot of people wear them, so they're not going to care. But even in another country, I reckon I could get away with wearing this. And yeah, I mean, you could probably put a couple of ice packs in there and get that air going, and that would make it feel really cool. So yeah, a little bit funny, a little bit of a joke, and I haven't properly tried this out yet, hiking with my camera in the jungle, but I think this might be a go. There's a few pockets for other stuff here and here, for your teleconverters and your lens caps and stuff. Yeah, it doesn't look great. There were a number of color options. I just went for the easiest, but I'm going to try it out. So yeah, anyway, just a bit of an update. So yeah, I've done a video about the sparrowhawks. Hopefully I'll finish that. I'm actually going back to England in 3 weeks, so hopefully I'll get a couple more videos out before I go. So yeah, so I've got 3 weeks before I go to England. I've got a few videos I'd like to get out. I've been testing flying turns with my OM1 and my Nikon Z8. Not really a comparison, just shooting both. And, you know, very unscientific, but I think I've got some ideas about that. And I often get asked in my comments, can you compare the two? Now, I think it's very difficult because people are also leaving comments saying, have you stopped using your own one now? Have you sold your own one? No, I haven't. I still love my own one, but I got the Nikon Z8, and like anything new, you want to keep practicing. So I might try and put out a video, a very unscientific birds in flight comparison, I don't know, just video about how I find each setup. Bit of a spoiler alert, I do think the Nikon Z8 picks the birds up quicker and is a bit more sticky, but that does not mean the OM1 has suddenly become a bad camera. The OM1 did fantastically, and it reminded me, because I hadn't used it for a couple of months, I couldn't remember all the settings and the best autofocus, and actually I was taking a few pictures at the beginning and I thought I was not really picking up, and I realized I didn't have the bird detect on. When you use a camera for a month or so, you get used to it, and because I hadn't used the Olympus for a while, maybe I'd forgotten the best settings. So I'll go back to that. But yeah, that's a video I might put out. I wouldn't mind putting up the sparrowhawk video. I've got a couple of other ideas as well. And I have actually started a second channel. So I've been planning on starting a second channel for ages, and I just hadn't got round to it. And suddenly, because last Sunday was such a big event for me in that England were in the final of the Euros, I thought, I tell you what, why don't I vlog it, put it on, and that'll be my first video. Now, that's not the kind of video I'm going to be doing. I want to do positive videos, kind of self-care, mental health, enjoying life, that kind of stuff. But I just felt this would be a good start. It's nothing like a birding video. It might not be a kind of thing. I did actually drop a couple of F-bombs in, and I thought I'd edited them out, but I haven't. But anyway, I'll also put a link to that video up there or in the description box. So if you want to support my new channel, it's called Life Starts at 50, and I only got one video up there. If you want to support that, it's basically me vlogging the day of the Euro finals where England played Spain. I think that's probably about everything. Sorry, something a bit different today, just me waffling to the camera. But yeah, I'm kind of happy with this, so I'll definitely give this a go in the jungle. And actually on my way to England, I've got a couple of days in Thailand, which I'd planned last year, but a typhoon happened and I couldn't go. So I'm hoping this time there's not going to be a typhoon and I can go to this national park and take some photos of all kinds of cool species. And I'm just wondering whether I take this with me, because even if I don't use it, that power bank will be useful on the plane and stuff. So anyway, I've got another half an hour of light, I reckon. So many cool birds around. I might see if I can get a few shots. Anyway, thanks so much for watching. If you're new here, please consider subscribing. For some reason, as I said in my last video, I don't know, people didn't see it, I think. It got a lot less views than my other videos. Whether it didn't tickle the algorithm or something, I'm not sure, but please check that out and subscribe if you're new here. Anyway, see you on the next one. Take care. I'm going to take some more shots. Bye.
you.